Welcome back, everyone, to another powerful session of the Talk Lab podcast. Today's topic is one of the most requested, most searched, and honestly one of the most frustrating challenges English learners face every single day: understanding fast English. You know those moments when native speakers talk at lightning speed, glide words together, drop sounds, shorten expressions, and suddenly everything becomes a blur? Well, today we're going to break that huge barrier and guide you through a complete system that will help you understand English even when it's spoken at natural, rapid, real-life speed. Angelina, I know this topic excites you as much as it does me.
Absolutely, Jack. Tons of learners feel discouraged when they hear quick conversations. They start doubting themselves. Maybe my vocabulary is too small. Maybe my listening ability is terrible. Maybe this language just isn't for me. But in reality, fast English is not something you magically understand. It's something you train your ears for, just like athletes train their bodies. Our goal today is to help listeners discover why natives sound fast, what patterns appear in natural conversation, and how to decode that speed step by step. And honestly, once you understand the mechanics behind it, you'll realize native speech is not as chaotic as it seems.
Exactly. Many learners imagine that native speakers are deliberately speaking super fast to confuse them. But that's not the case. Native speakers simply talk the way they naturally communicate with each other, and that includes shortcuts, contractions, reductions, linkings, blends, and rhythm patterns. We'll explain all that today. But before we jump in, Angelina, I want to talk about the psychological side of this problem, because many learners panic as soon as they hear fast speech.
Right. One of the biggest obstacles is mental tension. The moment a learner hears something they don't understand, their brain freezes. They try to translate, try to catch every word, try to keep up, and suddenly they miss the next 5 seconds. This creates anxiety, and anxiety blocks comprehension even more. So the first step to understanding fast English is simply this: stop panicking and accept that you do not need to understand every single word. You only need to catch the important parts: keywords, emotional tone, context, and main ideas. Once this becomes natural, speed stops feeling overwhelming.
That alone can change everything. But let's move to the real techniques, because our listeners want deep, practical guidance they can apply immediately. Let's start with the biggest reason fast English feels impossible: connected speech.
Ah yes, connected speech. This is where every learner struggles. Native speakers rarely pronounce words separately. Instead, they connect them like a long melody. For example, "What are you going to do?" becomes "What are you gonna do?" Or "I don't know" becomes "Io no." And "Did you eat yet?" becomes "Jeet yet?" To the learner, these sound like completely different sentences, but for natives, this is normal, casual, everyday English. Once learners start recognizing these reductions, the entire language becomes much easier to follow.
Exactly. I always tell students, native speakers don't talk fast. They talk efficiently. They remove unnecessary sounds. They merge vowels. They shorten consonants. They drop entire syllables. And the magic is that these reductions follow patterns. Predictable patterns. Once you learn them, understanding fast English becomes as natural as listening to your own language.
Another important point is stress and rhythm. English is stress-timed, meaning some words are emphasized strongly while others are compressed or swallowed. For example, in the sentence, I want to go to the store, the important words are want, go, and store. Everything else shrinks. A learner focusing on every word will feel lost, but someone trained to catch the stressed words will instantly understand the meaning, even if the other words are blurry.
Absolutely, and this is exactly why learners should stop trying to understand every word. It's not necessary. Even native speakers tune out the unimportant parts and focus on content words, nouns, verbs, adjectives, main messages. This is a huge mindset shift.
Alright, now let's dive into the practical skill-building part. How to train your ears to understand fast English in a natural, effortless way. And we'll go deep, truly deep, because our listeners want transformation, not surface-level tips.
Great. Let's begin with the first major technique, slow fast training. This method is incredibly powerful. You listen to material at a normal speed, then slightly slower, then faster again. It teaches your brain to adapt to variety instead of relying on one comfortable pace.
Yes, and it forces learners to stretch their auditory flexibility, which is crucial. If someone only listens to textbook audio or overly clear podcasts, their ears never experience real conversational speed. You can't expect to understand everyday English when you've only heard robotic, scripted audio. Real conversations have spontaneity, interruptions, laughter, filler sounds, incomplete sentences, and emotional shifts. That's what we want to train.
That leads us to another essential technique, context prediction. Natives don't listen word by word. They predict meaning using context, tone, setting, and expectation. For example, if you're in a restaurant and the waiter asks something quickly, you know the likely meaning, have you decided yet? Yet said yet? Or, are you ready to order? You're ready to order? Learners must develop this prediction skill to keep up with rapid English.
Another powerful habit is shadowing fast conversations. Not slowly, fast. At the natural speed. When learners attempt to repeat native speech almost simultaneously, their mouths learn the rhythm, and once you can produce natural rhythm, your brain begins to understand natural rhythm. Speaking ability and listening ability are deeply connected.
Exactly. I always say, if you can imitate it, you can understand it. Because imitation forces the brain to adopt natural cadence, and that unlocks comprehension.
Another essential element is exposure to messy English, not just clean English. Learners need to hear accents, fillers, interruptions, background noise, overlapping voices, and real-time reaction expressions such as, uh-huh, right, no way, you're kidding, seriously. These features create authenticity.
I want to talk about sound dropping because this is one of the main reasons fast English feels impossible. For example, next week becomes next week. Left behind becomes left behind. Tell him becomes tell him. Give it to me becomes give to him. If learners don't know these reductions exist, they will always assume natives speak too fast. But once they learn the system, everything finally makes sense.
Absolutely. And one more huge factor is intonation. Natives often express multiple ideas using melody instead of full sentences. A rising tone might indicate a question. A falling tone indicates finality. A flat tone can show boredom or uncertainty. Learners who focus only on words miss half of the message.
Let's go even deeper. because our audience loves long, meaningful, detailed episodes. Angelina, what do you think about explaining the role of chunking?
Oh, yes. Chunking is crucial. Instead of hearing a sentence as one long stream of sound, learners must break it into chunks, logical units. For example, when I got to the station, the train had already left, and I had to wait for the next one. Hearing it as separate chunks improves comprehension dramatically. Natives naturally speak in chunks. Learners must learn to listen in chunks.
Beautifully said. Now, let's help listeners understand the emotional side of fast English, because many learners feel ashamed when they don't understand, and that shame creates a mental block.
Yes, one of the greatest mistakes learners make is believing they should already understand everything. But listening comprehension grows slowly, gradually, organically. It's a long-term process, not an instant switch. Shame is unnecessary. Language is not math. It's art, flow, rhythm, instinct, reaction. You grow by exposure, repetition, curiosity, and patience, not perfectionism.
Today's episode is specially designed to remove that fear. We want learners to feel empowered, because understanding fast English is a skill anyone can build. Now, Angelina, let's begin giving them deeper tools, richer insights, more examples, more analysis, since this episode needs to be extremely comprehensive.
Absolutely. Let's dive even deeper.
Now that we've broken down why fast English feels overwhelming, let's move deeper. I want to explore something truly powerful: the psychology behind processing rapid speech. Many learners think it's only about vocabulary or pronunciation, but actually, your mental response time plays a massive role.
Exactly. When English is spoken at natural speed, your brain doesn't have time to translate word by word. It must operate like a pattern recognition machine. That's why some students can understand textbooks perfectly, but freeze when someone speaks casually in real life. Their brain isn't trained to recognize clusters of meaning, only individual words.
And here's the truth nobody likes to admit. Native speakers don't hear every word either. They catch shapes, rhythms, familiar combinations. Their mind fills in the gaps effortlessly. That's the skill you must build. Not memorizing isolated vocabulary, but recognizing natural flow.
A lot of learners imagine native speakers always use full sentences. I am going to the store. Do you want something? But real-life English sounds like, gonna go store. Need anything? Or headin' out? Want something? We merge words, shorten endings, drop sounds entirely. For example, want to, wanna going to, gonna did ya, what are you doing? What you doing? I don't know. If learners don't study these connected patterns, fast English will always feel chaotic and random.
Let's discuss the top reason learners fail when listening to fast English. They rely on school-style pronunciation, not real-world pronunciation. In most classes, listening exercises sound like this. Where are you going today? But in actual conversations you hear, where are you going today? Or even faster, where are you going today? There's rhythm, pressure, movement, almost like music.
And speaking of music, English has stress timing, which means only certain words carry full weight. Everything else shrinks, reduces, or disappears. So learners waste years trying to hear words that native speakers are barely saying. It's not your fault. Nobody teaches this properly.
Let's demonstrate a fast, authentic exchange and then break it down. Fast version. You comin' or no? We're leaving in like 2 minutes, so hurry up, yeah? Slow breakdown version. Hey, are you coming or not? We are leaving in about 2 minutes, so please hurry.
Here's another one. Fast version. What you mean you can't? We talked about this today, didn't we? Slow breakdown version. What do you mean you cannot? We discussed this yesterday, didn't we? This switching between real speed and clear speed is exactly how to train your ears.
There are 5 extremely powerful exercises for fast English understanding. Not theoretical. Truly effective. 1. Shadowing at natural speed. Don't slow the audio, don't wait for subtitles. Just follow the rhythm and imitate the movement of the mouth. Your goal isn't perfection, it's synchronization. 2. Micro-listening. 3 seconds at a time. Take a short clip. Replay the same 3-second fragment until your brain automatically detects the word boundaries. This technique is used by professional interpreters. 3. Reduction recognition training practice hearing. Wanna gonna lemmy shoulda, kinda sorta. Dunno whatcha. These reductions are 70% of modern spoken English. 4. Accent mapping. Expose yourself to American, British, Australian, Canadian, Indian English. African English, Singaporean English, real life isn't one accent. Your ears must be flexible. 5. Real life input. Over teacher English. Podcasts, interviews, YouTube vlogs, street interviews, reaction videos. This is the real English you will meet in actual conversations.
Let's create a long, natural speed conversation and analyze its structure. Fast dialogue. Yo, Jack, where'd you put the notes? I saw them earlier but can't find them now. Pretty sure I left them on the desk. Check under the laptop. Nah, not there. You sure you didn't take them with you last night? Why would I? I wasn't even here. Wait, really? I thought you stopped by. Nope, must have been someone else. Man? Alright, whatever. I'll rewrite future plans. Clear version. Jack, where did you put the notes? I saw them earlier but cannot find them now. I think I left them on the desk. Check under the laptop. They are not there. Are you sure you did not take them with you last night? Why would I do that? I was not here. Really? I thought you came by. No, it must have been someone else. All right then. I will rewrite the future plans.
If you're listening right now and thinking, fast English is impossible, trust me, it's not. It's simply unfamiliar. Once your ears adjust, everything becomes predictable.
Exactly. Think about music. The first time you hear a new song, the lyrics seem unclear. After 3 or 4 listens, you understand everything without effort. English works the same way.
So today we explored the foundations of real speed English. What it is, why it feels difficult, and how you can master it with targeted strategies.
Keep practicing with authentic materials. Train your ears daily and stop expecting perfect textbook pronunciation. Natural English is messy, and that's what makes it beautiful.
Thank you all for spending time with us. If you want more episodes like this, let us know.
Stay curious, stay brave, and keep listening. Your ears will adapt. Your confidence will grow.
Take care, everyone.
Goodbye and keep learning at real speed.